Hiya guys, Crazy Teacher Nick again. So I'm here today to discuss discursive writing with you guys. So remember, discursive writing, very similar to argumentative writing, but discursive writing has a very specific set of skills that you want to use. Okay, a lot of the textbooks put discursive writing, persuasive writing, and argumentative writing in the same box. Okay, I've separated them out because the skills that you're going to use are slightly different. Okay, so discursive writing, let's shoot. Let's go ahead now. So, just want to check first. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't subscribed, I want you to now click on the subscribe button. I'm waiting. Okay, well done. You subscribed. Okay, and remember, the more people that subscribe, okay, it puts me more out on the internet, and the more people I can help, and obviously it's going to encourage me. We almost have 400 people. Come on, guys, I know you can do it. Okay, so what are examples of discursive writing? So discursive writing may be opinion pieces in newspapers, essays, speeches, lectures. Many of the TEDx talks are quite discursive. Okay, and I'm a big TEDx fan. So what is discursive writing? So discursive writing is when you consider a particular issue or a problem or a situation and you outline the arguments on both sides before coming to a reasoned conclusion. And I've highlighted this word arguments on purpose because it is kind of discussing what the one argument is and what the other argument is. But there's a difference when it comes to discursive writing, and this is the important part. Okay, it needs to be balanced. Like a scale, it needs to be balanced. Okay, so the key to writing effective discursive writing, you need to present both ideas, okay, equally. You're not one side or the other side. This is the big mistake between argumentative, where basically you're going to be a little bit more persuasive to the one side. Okay, discursive is very, very neutral. Okay, you're going to write in a very detached, objective way. Okay, so you're not going to be using any of those first-person statements such as I think or I feel until, okay, you get to your verdict, that final paragraph where you give your personal response at the end of the piece. Okay, and this is basically the definer between argumentative and discursive, is that in discursive, you're not using the personal pronoun I or me or my feelings or my thoughts until you get to that final paragraph where you give your own perspective and your own point of view. Okay, planning, guys, you know I keep telling you, planning, it's all it's about, okay? So make sure that you're always planning. So you're going to make sure when you're going through your text that you got a certain amount of points for, a certain amount of points against. Okay, and this could be in writing or you know, in analysis, but you're looking for those points, okay? Points for each side, okay? Each of these points is going to be the basis of your paragraph between your introduction and your conclusion. You need to decide on the order of your paragraphs, and remember, you want to make sure you're keeping your reader interested. So some people say you might want to start off, okay, with a good point and then work through them and end with a good point. I think that basically it's probably best to kind of start with your minor points before moving on to your stronger points, so that it ends with a bang. Okay, so the basic structure of your discursive writing essay is kind of going to look like a hamburger. This is the kind of hamburger I like. Okay, so depending on your viewpoint about the topic, there are options on how you could plan your writing. Okay, at GCSE it's slightly different. Okay, there's less restrictions, but you can still follow the same style as I've got on the screen here. Okay, but what is really important in discursive writing is how you lay out your information. Okay, so for example, if you are for the topic, okay, you're going to have your introduction, you're going to have your conclusion. But if you're for the topic, okay, if you are for the topic, okay, you're going to have your points against and your points for. Okay, if you're against the topic, again, you still have your introduction, you still have your conclusion. Okay, you will start with your points for, you'll then have your points against, and then have your conclusion. Okay, so staying with that theme of hamburgers, okay, remember we're discussing both sides equally. So here's a very good example of a discursive kind of paragraph. Okay, so McDonald's offers more variety in burgers, breakfast menu items, desserts, coffee, drinks, and salads. However, Burger King is still an excellent fast food restaurant with several delicious options. So you're starting with your paragraph discussing the one side, okay, and then it's followed by its counter argument. And what makes it discursive is that all important connective, however. Okay, so connectives are vital. It doesn't matter, and I've spoken to you guys about this before. Connectives, the examiners are looking for them in your text. Okay, contrast is going to be a big part of the connectives that you're going to find in discursive writing, in argumentative writing. Okay, but there's also other connectives we need to consider. Okay, and this is what makes your writing effective. So if there is a consequence of a result, okay, because of this, the effect of this could be, or consequently this could be. Okay, if you want to add ideas or reinforce ideas, you can use the furthermores, similarly, in the same way, in addition. Okay, and if you want to organize your text, which is always a very good idea, okay, to begin with, in conclusion, firstly, secondly, ultimately, maybe stay away from the in conclusion. It's a bit overused, but it's still available to you. Okay, and then of course that all important contrast, however, on the one hand, on the other hand, remember keeping it balanced, and that goes for your tone as well. You want to keep your tone very, very balanced. Okay, so another final thing that you need to make sure, and I keep talking about this balanced. Okay, if you're going to discuss a point, make sure that even if it's in separate paragraphs, that your first point and your second point, they are balanced. Okay, you're going to use these techniques in paper 1, question 1B. Okay, you may have to use discursive writing in your paper 2. Okay, so always keep your ideas balanced. Okay, so thank you very, very much, guys. Again, please like, subscribe, share the videos. Okay, I really appreciate you guys, and rock on.